Hey guys, Omni here. We are finally back to dive into Mike Flanagan's latest series. Well, latest for me. I know he's working on some other stuff right now that's coming down the pipeline, but Midnight Mass is what we're going to be diving in here to today. And I know, guys, I promised you all this a little while ago. Things got a little busy. I do apologize. This took a little bit longer to get around to than I had intended after finishing Bly, but we're jumping in now. Now, as far as this series, I haven't heard anything. I don't know if this is based on anything. I imagine based on the title and the imagery that has something to do with like a church setting. Is that an easy one? Is that a low-hanging fruit right there? I mean, the title of this episode is Book 1, Genesis, so I have to imagine it's got some kind of religious focus on it, which is going to be kind of interesting to see how they dive into that. But Mike Flanagan is knocking it out of the park in my concern. Like, every time I've seen anything he's done, nailing it, man. Whether it be a film or a series so far, I don't feel like nothing, I can't think of any misses that come to mind. So I'm excited to jump into this. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. Guys, if you want to see the full-length reaction of this, it's going to be on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access to that as well. It is watch-along format, so you do have to supply your own footage. But you just sync up with the time code and you spell reaction to the entire episode. I offer the same thing for all the other shows we cover on the channel. Along with that, you also get full-length movie reactions where you guys get to actually help choose what we add to that list every month. A monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, trying to make it worth your while since you guys are going out of your way to support the channel. But if that's not the only way you can help us out, simply liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing these videos goes a long way with helping us with that YouTube algorithm. With that all said and down the way, guys, let's finally jump into episode 1. Here we go. Oh no. It looks like somebody got launched from the car. Yep. Well, this is a way to start.
Oh God, oh God.
Oh no.
Ask him why he always takes the kids. Or the drunk fucks walk away with scratches.
My God, dude. Wow.
I accept the sentencing, Your Honor.
It is the sentence of this court that you be incarcerated for a period of 4 to 10 years in the custody of the Illinois Department of Corrections.
Familiar faces already. Damn. I mean, he did the responsible thing at least, for, I guess, for once. Oh my God. I was like, what is this building to? Gosh, like still seeing like this, the flashing lights of the cop cars and all that glinting off of the shrapnel. Crockett Island, population 127.
Honey, you know, your dad just stepped out, and so he didn't hear me. But he says hi. Okay.
It stresses me out that she's wrapped around that cord and wrapping even more around that cord.
No, listen. Miss Kate.
This already has a much different vibe to it. Hey! We're gonna come back to that, I imagine.
Don't wave the cash around. Jesus.
What are they up to?
I wouldn't. I don't know you. Come on, Bull. He can't help who his dad is. We had a deal. He wasn't part of that deal. He's got a point. Fuck my dad.
I mean, this is already happening, so...
Up to no good, I can tell.
Just going for a ride. A short trip, courtesy of Bull. Yo, for real? You worried I'd narc?
Time for supper, Lisa.
Hey, Miss Scarborough.
Hey there, Warren.
Is this like a whole isolated, like, community, like cult, or I don't know, under the guise of something vaguely Christian. The score, though, is eerie. What? Who are we just with there? I couldn't get a good look at who that was dragging that chest around, but it looked like the chest that was being offloaded from that boat when they were out there waiting for their guy to show up.
A life jacket.
No, are you serious? Hey, if we flip, don't get your foot under the seat, you'll drown. It's not a good way to go.
Yeah, you can big old fuck nah to this.
You guys see that?
What?
Like a heron or a monster pelican flew right over us.
What the hell?
It sucks being stuck in that chair.
Hello, kitties.
You know my brother, Bobby? And Warren's brother, too.
Man, these cats are fucking nosy as fuck.
The only scary thing I saw was him fucking Heather Delman.
Oh. Yep.
Oh,
Sounds like a scuffle's happening.
they're fucking. Bobby sounded just like that.
Or something's...
Shit!
What the hell?
Warren? The fuck?
I thought I saw something.
I wish I could rewind to get a better look at it.
Harpoon Harry, Comet at last.
But it looked like there was a cat levitating in the sky or some shit, like, or just a big old figure. I don't know. Man, I fucking hate boats. This is like my nightmare. Aw. Dude, there's this ocean as far as the eye can see.
My boy, home, where you belong.
I mean, they're like, this is an island, right?
Excuse me, Sturge.
Morning, Miss Keene.
Monsignor Pruitt was supposed to be on board. Did you see him?
Nope.
She looks familiar.
Maybe I just lost him in the crowd.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, Annabeth Gish.
And it's perfect. And that's...
Special Agent Reyes.
And it's kicking a little bit. Let me measure your foot. Okay, baby.
X-Files alum. Aw, boof boof.
Morning, Sheriff.
Hey, morning, Annie.
Yay! Hey. You know, I forgot about him being in here, but it calls to question. I was watching his interview on Inside of You, Michael Rosenbaum's podcast. I might as well get paid to, like, continue talking about it. He's talking about having to do an accent on a show for Mike Flanagan.
Sheriff, I'm surprised you're surprised. I figured this is where you wanted to be. I mean, you were trying to break in after all.
Yeah, him trying to do an American accent.
Allah doesn't let you drink.
You said you're being followed by a giant albatross.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Wings as big as lawn chairs, you said.
That makes a little sense, actually, because albatross is bad luck.
His voice sounds familiar.
Come on, buddy. Later, Sharif.
Take care, Joe.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Wait, was his sheriff's office just in the back of that bait shop? I just put that together.
Welcome home, honey. Welcome home.
Oh, look at the corner. Dane and Scully X-Files poster. Hell yeah. Oh, shit, that makes me happy.
You can only fish certain spots, certain days, crabs certain spots. Since the spill. 3 years since the spill. Yeah.
Stephen King books.
Thought we could all use a refresher. Thank you, Mayor. Still looking like it's going to hit us right in the face. Weather services are calling in a major storm, forecasting to...
Great.
You'll have to hunker down with us, too. And you'd be so welcome, of course.
We'll let everybody know to head to St. Patrick's if things get bad.
They know that.
She's a little piece of work. Giving that, like, yeah, just grit and smile through your teeth kind of thing. It's like, yes, sure, yep. And I can feel that from Rahul.
Once a week.
Warren, eat your food.
It's fine. It's,
And all the subtle racism, too.
Miss Green was mostly on about the storm.
Screen. That old bird still teaching?
Nah, the old Miss Green died in the spring. This is the new Miss Green, her daughter.
Oh, like, they built another one.
Who knows who they'd send in his place? So if we do cover for him just a little...
We're practically steering him around the altar half the time.
That is not true.
Oh my God.
No one likes a downwardly mobile altar boy. I was really only in it for the chicks. Young man in uniform.
It's not funny at all.
It's kind of funny.
You are going to church tomorrow, Riley. And every other Sunday. You can consider it a condition of your parole.
Sunday 4? Out of A's, I guess? Oh, wait. No. In Mass and Sunday, it both had a 4 for the A.
Monsignor! You are home. I'm so relieved you're okay. I waited for you this morning. You weren't on the breeze.
The fuck?
He's trying to set the school as the new storm shelter. Oh.
What the hell? So, something flew overhead. There was something man-sized, and it's eating cats. That's what I've gathered so far. I got nothing at the moment, man. Demon?
Assuming you haven't been to confession, and I'm assuming you haven't. That'll upset your mother. Wouldn't be respectful if you did. Good night.
Awkward. He's got a Sabretooth action figure up there on top of his boombox.
Just 10 minutes and the phone goes off.
He knows him too well. Oh, here we go again. And there it is. Jesus Christ, that sound! Ah! And I knew it was there, and I knew it was coming. Fuck you. The hell?
Today is the 7th Sunday of Ordinary Time.
Well, she's still here, and she's still at least functionally alive. Yeah, everybody's like, who the hell is this new person?
I am so sorry to surprise you like this. The diocese was supposed to contact you directly.
Please call me Wade. Golly, it's such a joy to see you.
Ned. He gives me, like, Ned Flanders vibes.
And this is my husband, Ed.
Ed Flynn. And I noticed you sat back for communion. It got rather quiet, didn't it?
A lot of time to read in there, and I read it all. Judaism, Buddhism, Islam, Jainism. Figured if I was looking for God, I should look everywhere. Came out of that an atheist.
Well, in the future, let me know if there's an issue. That's what I'm here for. I can order more.
I'm sure I'll find it. I just need some time to open up all the cabinets.
Gosh, she's eerie. I don't know if she's supposed to be the eerie one.
I'm just sitting in my parents' house breathing and serving no purpose to anyone whatsoever. And that's the worst part because I shouldn't be alive, Aaron.
Survivor's guilt after what he did. Took an innocent life. Well, I mean, for what we know, took a life because of his own shenanigans, and the guilt for surviving it is weighing down on him.
Fucking storm.
There you go. Do that. Ride out the storm tonight and then tomorrow.
Baby steps. He grows a gorgeous fucking beard, man. I will never know what that's like. Okay, so nothing's in it from that angle. Chest is just open. The hell?
I swear he's out there just walking on the beach.
What?
Is that the Monsignor? He just disappeared. What is going on? What the hell? Is that fish washed up? Cats. Oh. What the hell? God, that was loud. That last squawk. Was that the cat that we saw get nabbed? It looked like it. All right. Well, I don't know. I'm like over here being like suspicious of everybody, especially the newcomer just popping up, and then the old guy. It's kind of like being missing. Because the one prissy nosy woman showed up at the docks, I assume looking for him, wanting to get services back up and running. I think that's who she was looking out for, and then she was like, I mean, he was supposed to be on here, but he wasn't. But then those people were carrying that case out of there, which I'm assuming his body was probably in. That's my guess. But did he get out? I mean, the new Monsignor, the guy filling in for him, I'm assuming that's who was in the doorway when she came into his home. The case was shut then still, and we heard a tapping or a rapping from the chest itself. So that's why nobody saw him get on and off the boat. But why keep him alive to begin with? Is he what's running around eating the cats and flying through the skies? What's going on, man? I'm so confused. But the guy the new guy didn't seem all that concerned that the chest like right behind him was now empty. That's another thing that's just a little hole in the puzzle. But the main focus of this, obviously, it's the community aspect of it, the tight-knit, fleeting decay of this community, the ties that bind a small town who's losing its people to economic decline, to just leaving. Very reminiscent of where I grew up. Grew up in a small town. I went to church growing up and all that too. Seeing a lot of the parallels as well, especially after something like that with our main character Riley. At least the main character we're following, having his faith, because like we saw him like praying after the incident. So I'm assuming that's maybe some of his beliefs kind of stuck with him up until the crash, the incident. And then that was where he started to question everything, especially after what the cop had said to him when he was, in the middle of his prayer. So like he went on a journey through everything. And I respect that for sure, going through all the different belief structures to try to find some semblance of meaning for him. And he wasn't able to. Nothing that worked with him with what happened and what he had done as well. So it was pretty interesting to see him juggle with that, especially with the eerie and haunting visions he's seen of that girl's last moments. Like the realization of her death. And that it was at his hands, and it's seared into his brain. And it reminds me of Bly with Danny and her ex-fiance popping up in unusual places. But this seems to be when he's laying down and trying to do something, like sleep, a rest, comes into his mind. And I like the imagery there of him alone in the boat, just being tortured by this thing, the recurrence of it all. It's a stunning visual, horrifying visual, with the lights, the glittering of the shards of glass embedded in her face, and the blank stare. It's just haunting imagery. And he's adrift, so that's another thing too. Like, he's lost, so that was a great visual representation of how he's feeling, and it's pretty much a visual representation of everything he was saying in that conversation with Kate's character, talking about being lost, not knowing what his purpose is, where he is, what he's doing. He's just existing, and she's like, focus on one thing at a time, get through the storm, and then find the next thing to get through it. So we get some of that, and then just kind of like the religious focused family influence as well, like them kind of being a little off-put. His dad more so seemed like he was more disrespected, not so much with his, like, turning heel on their beliefs as much as him coming in and acting like everything's okay when his recklessness took a life. It seems like that seems to be what his father's more concerned with, you know, kind of distancing himself from, you know, his son in that way. Well, the mom just wants to go back to the way things were. He's coming back. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be good. Like, the denial of it all, that just slide right back into things. That's why when the father met with him outside of the dinner, he seemed like trying to close that distance a little bit, and maybe that was a little bit of a show for the dinner table. And then he comes in and it's like, your mother's not gonna like this, but out of respect for the beliefs and all that stuff and yourself, maybe you should sit back. She won't like it, but whatever. So there was like this mediation between there. And then of course you got his younger brother, who's going through the whole altar boy spiel as well, but also trying to still be a kid at the same time, live both of those worlds. And seeing him now back, seeing kind of like, I imagine, like a reflection of what he kind of went to. That's why he was just like, oh, well, kids be kids, right? And he had an X-Files poster in his room. Great taste, man. Great taste. And Annabeth Gish is in here, man. Agent Reyes, man. From X-Files Season 8 and onward. I have no idea what's going on and what's attacking those cats. Like I said, when they were walking through there, and they noticed something swoop by. They said it had a huge wingspan. And then the one kid paused as he was looking off as the cats were fucking. And there was some kind of figure in the distance in the brush, and then something stalking the cats later. So I'm guessing this isn't like ghostly, or it could be demonic. It could be I don't know. I'm not sure what I mean, I guess it could be like a demon, witch, Batman, man-bat. Fuck if I know, man. I did get some Dracula vibes though, like with the way that Dracula got snuck into the country in the novel and in the Bram Stoker's, you know, where he comes in from the crate, delivered in, and is dropped off. I did, like, that crossed my mind, so I don't know if I don't want to jump the gun and be like vampire, because I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch for me coming off of Flanagan's previous works and stuff. I don't know. I really don't know where to land with this, because I did this with Bly too, really early on, trying to like pinpoint what's the thing that's going on here. One thing I have heard about this series is that while it still has like some fantastical elements to it, it's more about the human horrors. That's one thing I've heard. And you could see it kind of sprinkled in so far, obviously, with the tribalism of this town. You can see it in small ways in the dogmatic ways that a lot of the people there live, especially the judgy church lady. I don't know her name. That actress looks familiar, but I can't place it right now. And the subtle ways where she like has to make herself the victim with that dog of all things, and how she's just kind of like throwing glares at everybody, and she's got to be right. And then the kids, even like the one kid who was apprehensive of bringing along Rahul's son. It'll take me a minute to get everybody's names, so I apologize, like the character names and stuff like that. So when he came along, and the from him, and then some of the people in the town when they're at a little town meeting, and like the subtle, I wouldn't even say subtle, man. It was just straight up racist ass comments that they were making. While true, it was all in this tongue in cheek, like disrespectful way they were talking about them. We'll see where that goes. But right now, I'm on Team Rahul, man. It's just whatever's going on, man. He was easily, hands down, my favorite character in Bly, and he's I don't know. He's all right. He's the stranger to the land as well, along with our estranged prodigal son. And I'm also curious to learn about Kate Siegel's character's story. She's another person that got drafted back into returning home. So very curious to see how these things all unfold. But I'm excited, man. I'm curious. And, it's just like we see some of Flanagan's old hats as well. I forget his name. The guy that plays the dad in Hill House, and the dad or the uncle in Bly. James, what was it? Because his character was named James something too, so I always got confused with the names there. I'm actually letting the credits play so I can remember who the fuck he is. Come on, where you at? Henry Thomas, not James. Henry. What the fuck? Why was I thinking Henry? Henry Wingrave, Henry Thomas. That was why I was getting confused. Why did I think it was James? Anyway, I'm very curious to see how this pans out. And did he actually see the Monsignor on the beach? Because the mom was like, my eyes aren't what they used to be, but nobody seemed to see what he saw at all. Or even a figure out there. It's like, I don't see him. And then he got so far away from the house and didn't see anything. So I don't know what that's about either. And then all after the storm, hundreds of dead cats washed up on the shore, man. Ugh. Man, I have a deep-seated fear of oceans. So like boat life and islands, especially where on no side of it can you see the mainland. I would be so unnerved, especially in a storm like that. Oh, I would be panicking if it didn't kill me, man. It'd be a rough night. The score interwoven with all the church hymns was eerily representative, kind of like the tone that they're going for here as well. I think that's all I can get from my brain at the moment. So yeah, guys, what do you think of this episode? Please don't spoil anything for me, but let me know your thoughts, your speculations, your theories down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials in the description box. As always, you can check out the full-length reaction over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. Speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, York, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Melita, and Robert Anguiano. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But guys, we are officially one episode down with Midnight Mass, and I'll see you all next week for the next one. Take care, everybody.